Game night, Game 5, Madison Square Garden, Hurricanes and Rangers. New York 1 win away from advancing. Carolina 1 win away from making the Rangers sweat just a little bit more. Chad LaRose, Hurricanes legend, it's certainly in the top 2 of any player who has ever worn number 59 for the Hurricanes. He joins us. Sir, first of all, thank you so much for your time. How did you take in the game Saturday, and what if you could self-edit, what did you say when it got to 3-3 later?
I was a little nervous. I thought New York kind of stayed to their game the whole game. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. But the way we came out, I was very, very excited of the game. So, big power play goal, first one of the season. We'll take it.
No question. First one of the series. I just want to go back to Game 3 for a second, because until the Kreider shorthanded goal, I thought that was the best the Hurricanes' power play had looked. The first minute of that power play was really good, and then came the unfortunate collision between Andre and Sebastian. It goes the other way. It's a goal, and now all of a sudden the power play the rest of the game was just atrocious. But I thought it got back to it in Game 4.
Yeah, I thought they got back to it. That game, though, I felt like after the Kreider goal, they kind of, any type of player, if you're on the power play, you're a little nervous because they're ready to go every time. So they were ready to jump. They had a lot of shorthanded opportunities, and I think the adjustments Roddy made in Game 4 were great. I mean, they didn't do the drop on the first unit, and they let bombs go from the top and got in Shesterkin's face. I think that was a big change, and not let him get comfortable back there, because we know if he sees it, he's stopping it.
Yeah, although I don't know that. I mean, if you're Igor Shesterkin, do you want the first 2 goals back? Not the first 2 goals, the Kuznetskov goal and the Shea power play goal, because it looked to me like he saw both.
Yeah, I mean, they both went T-bar and down. So they went right in the corner and hit the bar and went down. Shea's was a rocket. I think that he was looking for Kuznetsov to pull it into the defenseman more, even though he shot it on the outside of him. Still a pretty good shot, but yeah, I mean, early in the game, somebody hits bar down. I think the kid can be beat. We've proven that. All of our games have been within 1 goal, no doubt. But I think when he's seeing it well, he's seeing it well.
Chad LaRose is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Game 5 tonight. When you play a game like this, you never want to be, you'd always rather be at home. But is there some sort of an advantage to being on the road for something like this?
Yeah, I think there is. There's no pressure. And I think that's a big thing. And the better you come out, you can get the opposing team's fans kind of restless on their own team. And I think that's something you look at. In Raleigh, they never really get like that. All our fans always rooted for us no matter what, In certain areas, there's people who will turn on their team early and start, if they're not getting shots or whatever. Carolina comes out firing, which I think they will tonight. I think there'll be definitely some places where you have to ride the storm out and battle through it, because I think they'll come as well early. But I think you ride that storm and play the right way, and I think Carolina's got a really good shot tonight to make this very, very tight for New York. They'll be feeling very pressure after this.
Chad LaRose is joining us here. I'm trying to remember. I think it's gotten even a little bit more pronounced over the last couple of years. I have no idea. But there's a good amount of Ranger fan infiltration, we'll just say. And I've always said that so many of these people live here. They're residents. They pay taxes in Wake County. Do you hear that? Do you hear opposing fans even at PNC when you're on the bench?
You could. I noticed a little bit with New York. I noticed it when we played the Red Wings. You hear it a little bit, but it's more of you can hear it because the rest of the crowd's kind of just completely quiet.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you do have a decent amount. When I played, I mean, there was a decent amount of New York fans there. You can see it now on TV that they travel well. Like you said, most of them live down there now. So
Well, we have so many. I mean, it used to be Buffalo Sabres fans would infiltrate PNC Arena. We had more Buffalo fans, I hear, than at the arena than I thought than anybody. And I remember in the playoffs in 2002, Toronto Maple Leafs fans were all over PNC Arena.
So the good thing with Buffalo and Toronto fans is they used to be loud in PNC until we squashed that.
That is absolutely true. Chad,
I don't remember seeing many Buffalo fans after Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Conference Finals. So,
Chad LaRose is here on the Adam Gold Show. All right, to who caught your eye in game number 3, or rather game 4, but really over the last few games of this series? The top line has been great, but so let me ask you about Andrei Svechnikov and what you have seen. Okay, what have you loved most about his game?
He's super strong on pucks, and he's physical, but he also makes really good plays. He holds on to it. Like there's a few times, I'm not talking about anybody, but I mean, I'd grab that puck and get rid of it immediately. He holds on to it and he makes plays and he goes to the hard areas. I really like this game, and I think he's made some New York Rangers be looking over their shoulder twice when he's coming in on the forecheck, or when they're going to hit him. He has a real good reverse check, which is hard to do. I think he's been great. I hope he continues to shoot the puck and even more. He's been a big part of it. I hope the whole team shoots the puck more and we get there and get in that crease.
It's interesting. You just said something that was I thought led to Carolina's first goal. I guess it was in Game 3, where he drills Gustafsson, then he drills Trouba, and then he's coming back for Gustafsson again. But the Gustafsson looked over his shoulder, saw it was Andre, and then was trying to make a business decision.
Yep.
And then Andre went and got the puck. He sort of brushed him, but then went and got the puck, and that created the Gensel deflection goal. That's what you're talking about. Andre's played, I think, great in this series.
Me too.
Sebastian Aho has also had a really good series. There are people who want him to be, I guess look like, McDavid or McKinnon or Crosby. It's not quite there. But what do you like about him?
I like his speed. I like his he's a heads up player. What I like is you can tell everybody knows how good he is because every team has went after him. They're trying to goad him into doing stuff. Trocheck's trying it. They did it last game, Lafreniere. They're trying to get Sebastian Aho off the ice. And that's a testament to him. I think he's been playing great. I would like him to shoot more as well. But I think he's drawing a lot of attention, and I think that's great news. I mean, you see it, and he's not biting into it. Like if a guy grabs me around the neck and jerks me 5 times in my jersey, I'm probably punching you and taking a 2-minute penalty. He's not getting goaded into that, but everybody you can see is in his face and trying to play him very hard, and he's drawing a lot of attention.
Chad LaRose is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. We know it's important, but a guy like Evgeny Kuznetskov, who scores the first goal, who was a healthy extra in Game 2, but we know the level of talent that he's got. And just to get him feeling like he is contributing in this series, how far can that go?
I think it's big. I think he has to stay on that role where he knows his role, but he's got to make the plays because he's good enough. Hopefully that helped his confidence last game because that always happens. The biggest thing with athletes, period, is confidence. When you're confident, you're feeling good, things are happening. I think that's good. I think driving it, like there was a point he made that beautiful goal, and the next shift he had a full-blown 3-on-2 and went over the blue line and came back out of the zone. I think that's a little timidness where it would happen with anybody. But I think if he stays loose and driving, I think he could be a really X factor for us here.
All right, since you mentioned confidence, I talk about it all the time. It's amazing that even the best athletes in the world can suffer from a lack of confidence, and it can be fleeting and it can come back just in a quick thing. Do you have an example, or can you remember a time where you were super confident and it helped you and you played better, or when you were kind of suffering, or it doesn't have to be you, but when, stuff that you have seen?
Yeah, of course. I mean, athletes, you can go, I mean, for me alone, it was, I felt confident when I killed a penalty because I killed a lot of penalties or made good plays on the wall, banged in goals. And then for me, it wasn't as crazy because I knew my role. Like I knew I wasn't having to score every game. I feel for some of these guys when like they put on the ticker, Alex Ovechkin hasn't scored in 6 games. I'm thinking, Jesus, you're putting this on. This guy's got 800 goals. And we lose that confidence because our expectations and where we want to be every game and every shift sometimes isn't there. And then you get criticized or your teammates are looking for you to make that play and you didn't do it or something like that. And then it can snowball, but you're right. Then it comes back. As simple as a goal, getting scratched in game 2, coming out in game 4 and scoring the first goal in Raleigh, the place erupted. And that's a feeling where you're getting it all back. You saw it after the game, him bouncing around behind Brady Shea in the after-game interview.
Yep.
It seemed like he was kind of back to being a goofball and back to being his personal self, which I don't know if he's ever gotten away from that. But usually sometimes your personality changes when your confidence is low. You're dragging a little bit. You're not as upbeat and stuff like that. But I think he's going to be – I think you hit the nail on the head. I think he could be a big part of this coming forward here in Game 5.
All right. Would it matter to you who started in goal tonight?
Whoever Roddy picks.
Good answer. Has he told you who he's going to start in goal tonight?
No, he has not.
Okay.
No, he hasn't. If he's starting to look for me for advice, you guys better look out. We're in trouble.
All right. Well, and one more thing. This goes back to confidence. As good a player as Jordan Staal is, only Jake Gensel in all situations has had more scoring chances, and a lot of that is because of the power play. But at 5-on-5, nobody's had more opportunities, grade A opportunities to score than Jordan Staal. Just your thoughts on how, without scoring a goal, he's been great in this series. I'm sure it's weighing on him.
Yeah, I mean, as a player, so in hockey, we always say you have to start worrying when you're not, like, guys worry when they don't score, but you got to start worrying if you're not getting chances. Once you stop getting chances, then we got to start looking at something. So, I mean, the knob off the stick of Shesterkin, that was a great shot. So he's feeling it. Like, anything he's doing, it can't, it's not going to go in. But as long as he keeps getting opportunities, something's going to go in. Hopefully it's off of his butt tonight. Somebody rips one right off his butt, and then the ball starts rolling. Sometimes that's how it happens. We
could use a cheeky goal like that from Jordan Staal. Chad LaRose, you're the best, man. I appreciate your time, as always. We'll talk again very soon.
No problem. Thanks, Adam, for having me.
You got it. Chad LaRose here on the Adam Gold Show. It's two times in a row.
I know. We're on a streak now.
You can leave the room now. Don't ever.
No.
Don't ever.